Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about a topic called as IoT enabling technologies. So, there are different IoT enabling technologies are there. In this session, I am going to discuss about three technologies. First one is wireless sensor networks, second one is big data analytics, and third one is embedded systems. So, first let us discuss what is wireless sensor networks. So, a wireless sensor network comprises of distributed devices. Each of these distributed devices contains sensors, and these sensors are used to monitor the environmental and physical conditions. The structure of wireless sensor network consists of many end nodes, a router and coordinator. Each end node has got several sensors attached to them. Say for example, maybe a temperature sensor, maybe a humidity sensor, like that. Next, there is one more component involved in wireless sensor network, that is called as routers. As the name indicates, routers are responsible for routing the data. Data generated from the sensors has to be routed, which is done by the routers. So, routers are responsible for routing the data from end nodes to the coordinator. Third entity present in the wireless sensor network is coordinator, which is responsible for collecting all the data from the nodes. Nodes will generate the data. Nodes are occupied with sensors. Sensors will generate the data. It is routed via routers and it is collected by coordinator. Coordinator acts like a gateway and it connects the wireless sensor networks to the internet. Internet connection to the wireless sensor network is provided by coordinator. Some example for wireless sensor networks are as follows. In weather monitoring system, lots of nodes are deployed and these nodes include different kinds of sensors like temperature sensor, humidity sensors, and it will measure parameters like temperature, humidity and other data, and all the data are ultimately aggregated and analyzed. In another example of wireless sensor network is in air quality monitoring. Lots of sensors nodes are deployed for collecting data on indoor air quality and concentration of various gases. In soil moisture monitoring system also we are using wireless sensor network, where moisture sensors are used for monitoring moisture level present in the soil, and these nodes are deployed at various locations. These are the three examples for wireless sensor networks. Next, IoT enabling technology which I am going to discuss is big data analytics. What is big data? Big data is defined as collection of data sets whose volume, velocity, variety is so large that it is difficult to store, manage, process and analyze the data, which is traditionally done using traditional databases and data processing tools. So, nowadays the volume of that data is generating and the speed at which data is being generated and the different forms of data is increasing exponentially, so that it is very difficult to analyze, process using traditional database system. So, let us discuss about some of the example of big data which are being generated from IoT systems. Sensors data are generated from IoT systems such as weather monitoring stations. Lot of data are being generated from weather monitoring stations. The volume of these data are very huge. Next, when it comes to health and fitness system, lots of wearable fitness bands have been weared by different peoples and it will generate lots of data. And we are using several systems for tracking location and tracking of vehicles, which also generate lots of data. So, these are some of the examples of big data generated by IoT systems. The big data as we discussed, has three characteristics: volume, velocity and variety. What is volume? The term big data is used for massive scale data. The data is in terms of TB, GB and it is increasing. So, it is very difficult to store and manage and process using traditional database and data processing architecture. Next characteristics of big data is velocity, the speed at which data is being generated and how frequently this data varies. Modern IT, industry and other systems are generating data at a increasingly higher speed. The data is generating at very higher speed right now. So, that is the second characteristics of big data, that is velocity. And third characteristics is variety. Data comes in different form: structured data, there is unstructured data. Structured data are arranged in a form of rows and columns. When we have also got unstructured data like text, image, video, audio, sensor data, like that. There are different forms of data are available. Next, we will discuss about a third technology, embedded system. What is embedded system? Embedded system is a computer system which has got computer hardware and software embedded to perform specific tasks. Unlike general purpose system, which can be used for performing many tasks. Consider a PC, it can be used for many tasks, maybe for playing games, for preparing a document, for running program, but embedded system are used for specific set of tasks. Maybe your ATM machine, microwave oven, washing machine, all these are example for embedded system which is restricted to specific set of tasks. Key components of embedded system include microprocessor and microcontroller, memory which includes RAM, ROM and cache, networking units like Ethernet and Wi-Fi adapters. Embedded system also include input-output units such as display, keyboard, and also it contains storage like flash memory. It runs a special kind of operating system called as real-time operating systems. So, in this session we have discussed about three technologies. Those are, first one is wireless sensor network, second one is big data analytics and third one is embedded systems. Thank you.